Hey there guys, what's happening? We have got another night here in the garage with the Can-Am build coming your way. We're finishing up our street legal options and kit by the way of putting on our new Can-Am BRP Power Flip windshield. Not something that you guys see very often, but I thought was really cool. It's going to be a really cool flashy thing, especially for shows and SEMA, and hopefully cool for the trails and is actually useful. So we're going to be going in depth on this one, how to install, and everything that it has to offer, hopefully there afterwards. So by far this kit is going to be the most complex thing that we are putting onto this vehicle here at this point. In the kit it comes with the main actual windshield here, which is not glass, it is plexiglass. It comes with the tinted visor, which is going to be there on top and holds at the hinge unit. And then we've got two actuators, the bar system, and then a whole bunch of brackets, wiring, and big old zip ties and brackets and all kinds of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do in this kit. Now, I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail on this one. I'll end up putting some of the brackets together and showing you guys what they look like all together. If I was to go step by step on this one, it'd be like a 45-50 minute video, I'm sure, and I'm sure that you guys don't want to go that much into depth on this one, but giving you guys a quick overview of what is going to happen on this one. The wiring is going to be a lot like what we've dealt with before. For a lot of the other wiring, we're going to be getting access to the bus bar here in the center console. The wiring is going to go up through here, across the back, again up through this pillar, and just how we had it follow before for our rear view camera. We're going to be going up through the bar, through here. We're going to have to put our little fish wire in through there to get that to bring the wiring to our mount points, which is going to be here where the mirrors are. I'm not sure exactly how well that's going to work with the mirrors that are there right now, but it has to use those holes. So we're going to find out and get you guys a little insight on this along the way. So it's kind of hard to understand in the instructions on what they mean for when we get to trimming this section of the cowl area right here. But at the very bottom of the instructions, it does have a template PDF, and this, when you click on it, this is what it will actually have you print out on a full sheet of paper. One full sheet of paper is the printout. Cut that one out, and then this is how we have it all taped on here as our template of where we need to cut. So everything along this side of that line is where we're exactly going to have to cut. So we'll get to doing that. I'm going to tape the other side on first just to make sure everything is symmetrical and cut that off. Alright, so we are all trimmed up, and I'm not going to lie, that was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done to this. Cutting apart your brand new vehicle. The plastic that everybody sees because it's right on top. Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with this portion of it, but you know what? I did it. I ended up using a little oscillating tool right here on this little Ryobi guy. Ended up cutting through what I needed to with that thing. I think it turned out pretty good, and then I ended up taking a little piece of sandpaper to sand down the edges because obviously it melted up a little bit as I was cutting it. So all in all, I think that portion of it turned out pretty darn good. Alright, so we got our wiring all ran up through the center console and then to the back and then up to our sides, and then we put our fish wire all the way back through to pull them through each one of these sides. Now once you get this thing all the way forward, you do need to put this connector together. I ended up putting the +1 into the A pin and the +2 into the B pin, and then you have to repeat the exact same thing over on the passenger side, running the wire through the tubular assembly and fishing it all the way up to the front area. Next, we put on our bracket for our center support right here, and that just used a couple of 30s that mounted one existing to where the mirror was, and then a second one with a nut right above it. One more quick update, we use the twist clips that come with the kit, as well as 3 of the mounting screws and nuts to mount the visor that is nice and tinted. This thing actually looks pretty sweet. Comes with the weather seal already on this side. Didn't have to put that one on. And it already came with some sealing stuff on the bottom side of it as well. Twist clipped it in. Didn't tighten the middle ones, obviously, because we want to see where everything's at. Next, we are actually making the frame for the windshield. Put the frame together with the screws and hardware, and then we applied neoprene to the front side because this is what is going to be sitting against the windshield itself. Now we're to the part in the process where we're going to start assembling our frame on our windshield. We've got our windshield kind of set out here on the nice padding. We got our 90-degree arms here that we put some neoprene padding between the windshield. Pretty much anything that's touching the windshield is going to get some of that neoprene padding. Brackets there with the bushings that we got pressed into those. And then we're going to be grabbing our bracket here that we put all together and put neoprene padding on as well. That will be coming over and bolting into this area on here. And just to remind you guys, everything on this project so far, we have not tightened anything down yet. Nothing has been tightened because we have to get the fitment and placement of everything bracket wise and everything all together before we start doing any of the tightening down in any of these sequences. So just keep that one in mind. Well, I know it's a bit of a jump ahead, but we have it all installed. I had to get a buddy out here to help me put it in, and to say just slightly enough that this was a pain in the butt would be definitely an understatement for what it was. It just lining it up, getting everything to line up perfectly, getting the seals to line up here because we left everything loose. It was just daunting. It took quite a while to get everything all lined up, just how I would like it actually. Now, as you can see, I still have the wires kind of hanging down here out of the way. Still got to put the clips on those and pull the excess back through and back underneath to where I can loom those harnesses up a little bit better from what I wanted to. Got the switch all installed right here with the ignition on. Let's go ahead and put this thing down. There we go. We'll have a look at her. Pretty sweet, if I'd have to say so myself. It did turn out pretty nice. Now, I'm not all the way done yet, but I'm not going to have time to mess with it tonight. Time got away from me on this one, and it ended up taking me like 4 hours to do this freaking windshield, which, God, it was a little bit rough on there. Not going to lie. So what I'm still going to have to do is, because I wanted to keep the intrusion bars, normally without the intrusion bars everything would seal just normally and it'd be done. But I have them and I need to actually trim the windshield up here, which I don't know if I have the guts to do that right now. So we're going to leave that for another evening. But there you are, guys. There is the Can-Am Power Flip windshield. Not all that, I guess, rough, just daunting, and just takes a while. So if you guys plan on doing one of these, make sure you guys leave yourselves at least 4 to 5 hours to be able to do this installation. We'll tell you what though, with these Can-Ams, it is pretty nice on tool cleanup because there's really not a whole lot of them used. Throughout this project, I mean, I'd say probably 80% of the project, I could use this 30 Torx 8mm, a 10mm, I had a 13 for 2 of the nuts, and then this step bit, and pretty much everything was taken care of. There's not a whole lot. I did have, I believe this is a 25, yep, a 25 Torx for some of them right there, but the tool list is pretty minimal. Can-Am likes to use all the same fasteners, so pretty sweet on that one. Tell you what, these step bits, they're definitely growing on me. I like using them a lot on these projects. They're pretty sweet. And these Torx, they're pretty nice. Have to say so right there. So I'll leave some links to some of these tools down in the description below if you guys want to check them out, or you guys can head over to sptoolsusa.com. Remember all the time, if you guys want to get anything off of SP Tools website, make sure you use the code Rustbelt. That'll get you 10% off anything at SP Tools site. All right, boys and girls, that is looking like it for tonight. It's like past midnight. I'm freaking tired. It's been a long day. This power fluid windshield took way longer than I really wanted it to, but I'd have to say it turned out pretty good because I really needed it to be on there. Because tomorrow I am getting ready to go and get the Can-Am inspected for being a daily driver. So it has to be inspected at a DMV. Make sure it has the horns, lights, the turn signals, the mirrors, everything, and Ohio regulation says it needs a windshield too. So all the boxes are checked. We're good to go. So tomorrow's going to be good to roll, and we're going to actually be out ripping this thing a lot more because it's going to be street legal, and we're going to be awesome. So I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you get notified when I come out with cool, awesome content just like this one. Big thanks to our sponsors today from SP Tools USA, as well as Ride One Motorsports in Springfield, Ohio. They've helped us get a lot of these parts and everything's all dialed in, so big thanks to them. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, you guys stay awesome.